Shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Shalom. Before we get started, all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, and Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Madash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the brothers, the men at Great Millstone that rule well, that taught me this truth. To the hopeful elect out there, scattered abroad, unlike a two speckled bird, tabernacle of King David. 144,000 mighty men. Peace, blessings, salutations to the remnant, men, women, children, shalom, right? So, we out here again, man, to prophesy against the downfall of this wicked-ass kingdom, to bring the word out to the heathens, the Edomites that's still around, no matter what vocab Malone say, and possibly, hopefully, reach the elect of Israel, not the elect of all nations, man. So, I was thinking about this lesson for a while. I mean, like, how can the Edomites be gone, man? How can the Edomites be gone when the scriptures say that that's the last nation, that's the last kingdom that will be in, or that'll be ruling before when Yahweh Shai come back? That's who he'll be coming back to see. My eyes shall pierce them, see. Salaki, I'm gonna get it now. What it says, every eye shall see me, even those that pierce me. I think that's how it goes. Let's see. So how can the kingdom that pierced them, the eyes that pierced them, you know what I mean, see him if they're not back, if they're not still around? Let's start with that one, then we'll get into it. Start with that one. Revelation. Yeah, vocab make videos all the time, man. His video's just stupid. Even Christianity, man. I mean, they just stupid. They're not gonna get it. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So let it be. So like I said, how can all the eyes see him, even they that pierced him, if the Edomites are done away with? Wasn't the Romans the one that put Yahweh Shai to death? Let's start out with, let's get Ezekiel first. Let's go there first. Ezekiel. Ezekiel 35 and 2. Let's start there. Right? Now this is a future prophecy. This hasn't taken place yet, right? Now watch this. What's going on, little man? The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So let's see who Mount Seir is, right? Let's get this. Genesis 36 and 1. Now let's read this. Genesis 36 and 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. So we done already established that Esau, when you say Esau and you say Edom, that's pretty much the same thing. Or when you say Edom, you saying Esau, right? Now let's go down to 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir, right? Mount Seir, we just was reading about Mount Seir, right? Prophesy against Mount Seir. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. So Mount Seir is Esau. Now let's get back to it now. Watch this. Let's get back to what it say now. 35:2, right? Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. What's going on, brothers? 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force with the sword, who was given the sword for their blessing, Esau, Genesis 27 and 40, 30 and 39, 20, Genesis 27, 39 and 40. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Let's get it. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Who is the Lord coming back to judge, man? He's coming back to judge the wicked rulers of this world, man. And you got to be deceiving yourself to say that Israel over there, the small hats, your Rothschilds, the United States, Britain, the EU, they running the world. The elite bankers, these are all Edomites, so-called white people. Any other nation that try to rise up, look at Gaddafi, shot down, killed. He was trying to treat his people right, trying to get away from the money, the monetary system and all of that. Put satellites up where we didn't have, where people over there in Africa wouldn't have to depend as much on the European Union and the European nations, and they killed them. Saddam Hussein go against, fight back, they killed them. And all of these people, the funny thing is, or the irony of it is, these guys was all trained here in military installations in the United States. Saddam Hussein, what was the other one in Panama they turned against? General Noriega, he was trained here in the United States. Muammar Gaddafi was trained here in the United States. Yeah. But as soon as you try to stand up for yourself against the rulers of this world, they kill you, man. Then they laugh, and they can use the media to paint a distorted picture of the events that took place leading up to you being killed. 13. Thus, Ezekiel 35 and 13, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Now let's see that. Boasting, listen, let's listen to this one again, and then we're going to get a precept to go with it. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Now watch this. 2 Thessalonians 2. Yeah, how can the Edomites, the rulers of this world, that's still following the road. I mean, look at the architecture and everything. Everything they do is pretty much in the same blueprint of Rome. So how can all of the Edomites be done off when we still living in the pretty much the revived Roman Empire? Roman Catholicism, the Roman Catholic Church. The Olympics. I mean, come on, man. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. We're going to read it verbatim. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, all that is worship, so that he is as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Well, we all know that God is a title. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. That's the Heavenly Father's name. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai. It's not Jesus. It's not Yeshua. It's not Yah. These are the correct names. But staying with Esau, Esau is the one that his laws, the laws of this land, the Constitution now trump the Bible. You know, you'll have a God-given right up until it goes against what they deem necessary. For instance, you have a right to own property and all of that and live and be fruitful and multiply, right? But if you own property that they want, what can they come and do to you legally and you have no recourse against them? They could come take your land and say eminent domain. Well, we decided we gonna put a project up through here, whatever, so you gotta give us your land and we gonna give you what we wanna give you for. You have no rights, man. Let's keep getting. Let's go Isaiah 34. Esau is not done away with, man. He's still here, man. He's still here, man. He's still here, man. Let's go Isaiah 34 and 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all the nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. So when has this happened, man? You know, when has the Lord the Lord sent back his son, and he destroyed all of the armies, and he set up the kingdom in righteousness? This has not happened yet. And it clearly tells you who he's going to put down when he comes back, man. So how can the Edomites be done away with? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall roll together as a scroll. This is talking about the war, the ICBM missiles. World War III that's coming. Right? And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off of the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. Now watch, here go the point, right? Now he's telling you what he's going to do, what's going to happen when the Lord sends his son back, right? He's telling you what's going to happen. Now watch this. 5, Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with the blood. It is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of the rams and the goats, and the fat of the kidneys of the rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See? So when the Lord sent his son back, and he's going to wreck shop, he coming back to tear up Idumea, man. Have a problem with Basra, man. 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Yeah, for the controversy of Zion, man. What's the controversy of Zion? Let's get that. Let's get back. Let's get back to it. Let's go Obadiah Obadiah 1, and let's start at 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O T-man, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Why? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Yeah, this did not happen yet, man. The mount of Esau did not get put down. The Lord's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, is not set up in righteousness, man. We're not in the kingdom of heaven, man. And clearly it says when the Lord come back, he looking for Edomites, Idumea, Basra. Let's get it. What? I just had another one in my head. It'll come back. It'll come back. Let's go Malachi. Let's go Malachi 1 and 4. No, I know what it is. Salakia. This is what I had in my head. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. They'll be like, oh, they're done away with. They're done away with. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. See? The Lord didn't get rid of the Edomites. Edomites are still here. They're currently ruling. They're the last people to rule before the kingdom of heaven is set up, man. And we read here that there is no end. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yeah. It's no end of the people, man. So everybody, the original 18 biblical nations, they still here today, man. And every one of them, besides the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Jacob, every one of the other tribes of the earth are going into captivity. Esau, Edom is going to serve the roughest captivity because Esau, Edom killed a lot of Israelites, man. Esau, Edom killed a lot of Israelites, man. Let's get Isaiah 13 and 20. Let's go there. Esau killed a lot of Israelites, man. A lot of Israelites. A lot of Israelites died at their hands, man. Then they gave you Jeebus Christ. They gave Jeebus Christ. They whooped your heritage out of you. Butt breaking, killing, hanging and killing people with the delectable Negro, the book, the Dialectical Negro, where they actually have recipes in there and explain how they cut and ate slaves, man? Come on, man. Let's go Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son Amos did see. And so we had a chick last night saying that Babylon is Iraq. How can Babylon be Iraq if you're looking at Revelation chapter 17 and Revelation 18? Ain't nobody getting rich following behind Iraq. Iraq is not setting up the culture for the whole world. It's the United States. Democracy, the Christian doctrine, LBGT lifestyle, bombs, dropping bombs on people. This is everybody is following after the things that the United States, the so-called Edomites, done set up, man. With the help of Britain, they big brother. This is who the world following behind. Nobody's following after Iraq, man. Shit, Iraq can't even sell their oil, man. People don't make no sense, man. And it was a chick. I didn't even know it was a chick, but chicks online, they love to try to teach the scriptures, man. They love to try to teach the scriptures, man. Online, them chicks love to try to teach the scriptures, man. And then I didn't even know it was a sister at first. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the name and they got an avatar, so they didn't have no picture. So it was me and the brother, Bahaya, I think that's the brother name, Salakia brother, if I mess up your name. He out there in California somewhere, I think San Diego, somewhere out there. So we going, and so we just giving scriptures. We just giving scriptures. Oh, is that a threat? How is it a threat? And we telling you about what the scriptures say about the destruction that's coming to Babylon. How are we threatening you? How are we threatening you? I tell you, man, this just so you can win the argument. Oh, is that a threat? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Yeah. So when Yahushua come back, the world is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to be state property 2.0. Get down or lay down. So where has this happened, man? This has not taken place yet. 9. Isaiah 13 and 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay hand desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Let's read this one again, because there's 2 points in there that stood out to me. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. Let's see who the Lord calls the wicked. Now we get it. Malachi chapter 1 and 4. Right? Malachi chapter 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. See? So clearly right here, he's telling you who the wicked is, right? Edomites. Right? Edom. Let's go back to it. Isaiah 13. Let's get another point out of here. Let's get another point out of here, right? Isaiah 13 and 11 again. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. Right? Now, we done just showed you who the wicked is. I mean, think about it, man. These heads, they'll have you go in court, put your hand on the Bible, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, even though the Bible say not to swear on the scriptures. They'll do that, and then they'll turn around and they'll use all kind of tricks in the courtroom to win a case. You got some evidence that could get you off, that can exonerate you, but it's inadmissible in court. You got to find another way to bring the truth out. Bullshit, right? But here go the second part. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Who is the proud? Who is the proud? Let's go back to Obadiah. Plain to see, man. Plain to see. The vision, Obadiah 1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. So we want to establish who the Lord is talking about in this chapter, right? Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard the rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Now watch this one. The pride of thine heart, we just talked about the pride in Isaiah 13 and 11, right? The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah. So talk about Esau, man. The pride of Esau, man. So now let's get back to it, Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 11. So we done gave you two different lines of scriptures and two different places where we showing you that Esau is the wicked and Esau is the proud, right? And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces. Now look at this one. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Now watch this one, right? Just thought of this one. Their children shall be dashed to pieces, right? Watch this one. Psalms chapter 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. So now this will go back to, you could go to 70 AD when the Edomites had Jerusalem surrounded, and they trying to starve off the Israelites. They killing them off. They trying to kill them. Or you can even bring it forward to slavery or to the Indian Removal Act. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. O daughter of Babylon, so we're not talking about old Babylon. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Now remember throwing the babies to alligators, right? Remember that? Remember using Native American kids for target practice? Okay, now, and we just read their little ones shall be dashed to pieces, right? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. See? It's all, and we talking about Edom here. We started off with saying, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. So the same way they was able to do our children is the same way their children are going to get done. Slocky, excuse me. And for it to say, remember Edom in the day of Jerusalem, O Lord, remember Edom in the day of Jerusalem, Edom would still have to be around. Because if Edom was done away with, what is there to remember? Edom is gone. Just that quick, another one came up in my head, right? A future one about Edom, right? Let's get it. Isaiah 63. It's another future prophecy. This is talking about when Yahweh Shai come back. Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak righteousness mighty to save. Where art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. And I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. See? So how is the Lord when he come back? He's gone to Edom, and his blood, his garment is gone. It's a parable. His garment is not literally going to be soaked in blood, but he's telling you that I'm going to kill so many people. It's going to be blood everywhere. Man. So how are the Edomites done away with, man? Like all of these scriptures, for that to be true, that Edomites had to be done away with, then the book of Obadiah got to get thrown out. All types of chapters in the book of Isaiah. Half of the book of Revelation got to get thrown out. Book of Jeremiah, a lot of books and a lot of chapters in Jeremiah got to get thrown out. Joel got to get thrown out. Chapter 3 got to get thrown. Like how can that be, man? It can't be. Slocking, let's keep getting it. Let's keep getting it. Let's go to Revelation. Let's go to Revelation 18. We can take our time today, man, because we're going to stay on the destruction, the destruction of Babylon, man, the destruction of Edom. The Edomites are still here, man. Because how the Lord gonna come back to destroy Edom, destroy the Mount Seir, tell us, sending us out to prophesy against Mount Seir, against Edom, and they not here no more. How is that, man? Let's go. Let's go to 17. Let's go to 17. Revelation 17:1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. How is Babylon the great whore that sitteth upon many waters? Again, man, people don't understand the scriptures, man, and you just think you know. You think you know, and you thinking you know according to Christianity, and you don't know. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The 7 heads are the original, are the Edomite empires, and the 10 horns is the 10 original EU nations. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. What can't you do in America, man? You could worship Satan, you could drink blood, you could eat sausages made from the DNA of celebrities. You could order people online like they furniture. You could hunt people. Men can marry men, women can marry women. They trying to find a way to put babies inside of men. Woo! 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Yeah, man. Let's talk about here, this place, man. This place is ran by Edomites, man. This world we live in currently is ran by Edomites, man. Where they spray chemtrails in the sky, man. To get you sick, man. They put all kinds of shit in your food to get you sick. They put shit in your water to get you sick. They give you go to the doc. I'm trying not to get, you go to the doc and see the doc and get some get a prescription, and when you see the commercial, got more side effects than the cure. You got one thing, you gonna take this one thing, and the one thing that you take got 20 side effects to it. Let's get it. Let's go down. Let's see. Let's go to 8. Seven. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Right? Just told you that the 7 heads is the Edomite nations: Spain, Britain, Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor. I forget the other two. But definitely Britain. Britain is the last, right? And then out of Britain came America, right? So now, yeah, so which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns, the 10 original EU nations. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. Now we just read in 2 Thessalonians, the man of sin, that the son of perdition shall be fulfilled, right? That's Esau. Now the bottomless pit is when they came back out in Europe over there. They came back out into Europe and they started iconoclast, the Renaissance era, right? This is when they came back out. That's the bottomless pit. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. 7 mountains governments, right? Mount Sinai, or when they have a summit meeting, you know what I'm saying? When all of the heads of certain governments get together, right? So 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even is the 8th, and is of the 7th. So now, the 7th, like I said, was Britain. Britain was the last people to go around and colonize. You had Spain when they was going around colonizing, right? So now you have Britain that was going around colonizing. South Africa, shit, they just gave Hong Kong back to China not too long ago. Britain even had control of Hong Kong. So now, out of Britain came America. So when America was set up, Britain pretty much emptied out their prisons, and had the roughest of the roughest, and that's pretty much who they sent over here, man, to set up America, right? So this is, and you see who they reverence the queen here like it's their queen. They call her the queen, right? And the beast that was is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast yet. So the EU nations, they not running the world, but they get power all by being in the EU. Financial, economic, you know what I'm saying? Military, they get power from that, man. If you down, look at, this is what China, and bringing it up to date now, this is what China is having a problem with the United States and the EU now about, because they want to make Taiwan part of the EU nations and protect it. Just the same thing with Putin. Putin had a problem with Ukraine because the UN, NATO, was trying to make Ukraine part of NATO. And Putin was like, nah, you're not going to do that. So this is what's happening. That's what this is all about right there, man. China's problem is, yo, you not making Taiwan part of NATO. And Putin said, yo, before y'all do that, I'm going to take Ukraine over, man. Y'all not going to make Ukraine part of NATO. This is what's going on, if you care to know. These are 13. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Now look at 14. Before I read 14, now think about the Space Force, right? The chariots gonna come back. They not aliens. Those are chariots. The UFOs. Those are chariots, right? So now think about the Space Force. What is the Space Force set up to do, right? Watch this. 17. These shall make war, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and the King of kings. And they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful. Talk about the elect, right? So that's why they made that. They make the movies like Independence Day and all of that, because they want the whole world to come together and fight against the chariots when they come back. And he saith unto me, and this is the angel revealing to John on the island of Patmos what's going to happen, a future prophecy. This is him breaking down what's going to happen in the future. Going to tell you about all of the kings of the earth, how they going to raise up, how they going to get together, and how they going to try to fight when the Lamb come back, when Yahweh Shai come back, right? And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. How is that Iraq, man? How is that Iraq? You can't go over there and do all this type of stuff in Iraq, man. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So now, that one right there, you have a split right now over the Russian situation. You have a split even over the EU nations have said, no, we're not going to recognize same-sex marriage. It's not, but America said we are. America wants to push the boycotts and all of that on Russia, but the EU nations are feeling the pinch because Russia turned around and turned off their the gas supply to the EU nations. So they're struggling right now. I done seen a couple of different reports from people that's over there in right now in over there in the EU, in Britain or whatever. 17. No, let's get 16 again. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the power disappoint, for power hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the power shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. Iraq is not the great city of the world. America, New York City is the great city of the world. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. That's America, man. This is America. Good. Let's get Isaiah 25 and 7. Yeah, they can't be gone if the judgment is saying that he's coming back for to serve judgment. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. So we was talking about I read Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. Let's get that again. Let's get that again. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So there's no end of all the people. But what they did is they changed it up. They changed up all of the names. They changed up the names of the land masses. They changed up the names of the people. They changed up everything, right? For this purpose right here. Isaiah 25 and 7. Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. See? So everybody, what do you call black, African American, Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? You call Puerto Rican after Puerto Rico. That's not the name of that place, man. But he did this for a reason, man. So at the end times, he could hide himself. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord power will wipe away tears from off all faces, and rebuke of his people shall he take away from all of the earth, for the Lord hath spoken it. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power, we have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Lord, we have waited for him, he will be glad and rejoice. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. Yeah. So he's going to come back and he's going to put everything right, man. And when he come back and hit the reset button, it's going to go back to the 18 original biblical nations, man. That's who you going to be with. The 18 original biblical nations, period, man. It's not going to be no mix, no this, no that. It's going to be according to your father. Oh, I just had it. Okay. So now, yeah. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Jeremiah 49:10. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau big. I have uncovered his secret places, and his secret that he is Esau. Because he don't want to be called Esau, man. That's why vocab goes so hard trying to dispel that. No. The one Westers got it wrong. No. The book of Obadiah don't mean that. No. The future prophecy where Yahushua coming back. No. That already done happened. So if all of this done took place, are we in the kingdom? That's the question. If all of this stuff that he's saying happened already, we should be in the kingdom now. We should be living in righteousness now. So you know he full of shit. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. And he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. Yeah. Make Esau bare, man. Do the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have understanding of the scriptures to make him bare, man. To understand that he's not a white man. He's not British. He's not French. He's not American. He's an Edomite. He's an Edomite, vocab. Let's get let's go up to 7. Let's go up to 7. Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, another future prophecy, talk about Edom. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, his wisdom no more in Teman, his counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him the time that I visit him. So let's talk about the Lord. Let's talk about Yahweh Shem Yahushua coming back. And when the Lord sent his son back, he's going to visit. He just said it right here. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him the time that I visit him. Yeah. So he's talking about when he come back and visit Esau, he's going to bring calamity on him. So how is the Lord The Lord is a man that he cannot lie. Everything in the scripture is going to be fulfilled. So how's the Lord going to come back and he going to go to Edom with dyed garments from Basra? He going to bring the calamity down on Edom if they're not here. How is that the case, man? It's a lot. How is that the case, man? It's hot today. Ain't as hot as it was, but it's hot. It's a little, it's 93 this week. Last week it was like 98. So it's a lot better. My man, how you, brother?
Good, my brother, you been all right?
I'm chilling. You?
God bless you, man. Good seeing you.
My man, you too. Let's get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. 6 and 7. Let's get that. Second Ezra 6 and 7. I understand why Apostle Tahar, it just hit me. This thought just came. The Spirit just hit me with this thought. I get why Elder Apostle Tahar say what he say about it should be every swinging thing out here should be on the corners and the highways teaching. It just hit me. The Spirit just hit me to say this. That if every brother that understood that he was an Israelite was out here bringing this word out or whatever, you would have less people looking and being surprised and having that shocked look on their face when they see a man of the Lord out here bringing the scriptures out. Because it would be more frequent. They would see it all over. So it makes sense, man. Every swinging, every swinging Johnson, there you go. I was trying to find a not so offensive word, because you know in the military they say every swinging point, but every swinging Johnson that know that he an Israelite should be out here pulling his weight, bringing out this truth, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So you gotta ask yourself, man, if Esau is the end of the world and the rulership of Jacob, come on, let's get this one. Let's get it. Dang. Just came in my head quick. I seen it, but it just came back in my head. 18. Right? So if Esau is the end of this world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, and the kingdom of Jacob is going to be the kingdom of Yahushua Hamashiach. Under Yahweh, with King David, the tabernacle of King David being raised up, Amos 9 and 10. If this is all going to take place in the kingdom, how can Esau be gone? If Esau gonna be the last kingdom before Jacob ruled, how can Esau be gone? How can he be gone? Then you had another hand talking about Daniel wasn't a prophet. The king sent to Daniel for understanding on his dream, and the Lord broke down to Daniel what the dream was, and he came back and broke it down to the king what the vision was, what the dream was, and it was a future prophecy, talk about kingdoms in the future. But Daniel wasn't a prophet. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 5. Let's go 15, 7 and 15. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit, in the midst of my body, and the visions in my head troubled. Daniel wasn't no prophet, though. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of things. These great beasts, which are four kings, which shall rise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. So if when Jacob comes into rulership, if Jacob is going to rule forever and ever, and Esau is the last one, how is the Edomites done away with? Who is ruling the earth right now, man? To come back and take the kingdom and rule forever and ever, you would have to put down NATO, the EU nations, America, Britain. You would have to put down all these nations right here. France. You would have to put all of these nations down, man. Let's get, we're going to get some more in here. Let's go 21, Daniel 7 and 21. I beheld the same horn made war with the saints. Who are the saints? Who are the saints? Let's get that. Who are the saints? Psalms chapter 148, 13. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praises of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. Yeah, the Israelites are the saints. And it got it here too. Let's go Psalms 50 and 5. Psalms chapter 50 verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. That go back to Exodus the 24th chapter. Right? And heaven shall declare himself his righteousness, for power is judge himself. Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am the Lord, even thy power. Yeah. So Israel is the saints, man. So now let's get back to Daniel. I beheld, and the same horn which made with the saints and prevailed, made war with the saints and prevailed against them. They kicking our ass here in Babylon, man. They kicking our ass here. Black Lives Matter, man. Shit, I seen the day that somebody sent me the thing where R. Kelly in jail, right? Okay, got him in jail. He said he broke, he fucked up. People sent them money to his commissary and they took that. They 30K. They took 30K from him. I'm like, damn, he can't even get no money in jail. He in jail for what, 30 years? He can't get no money. To buy him no commissary in jail? Yeah. Until the 2022. Until the Ancient of Days came and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. We just read that the saints are the Israelites, right? Let's get this one too. Watch this one. Let's read this one again. Daniel 7:22. Until the Ancient of Days came and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom, right? Now watch this. Romans. Before we get Romans, let's get Psalms. Let's get Psalms 2 and 8. Let's get that first, right? Romans 2 and 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So now we already see that the earth not going to be destroyed, because he giving it to his son. He giving it to Yahweh. Yahweh is giving it to Yahweh for possession, right? Now watch this. We want it here for a reason. We started there for a reason. 9, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Talk about all the nations that stand up to make war, right? We're going to get back to that, but watch this. So he's giving his son Yahweh the heathen and all the earth for possession, right? Now watch who joint heirs with. We just read the saints was going to possess the kingdom, right? And we read that what was the other one? Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followed, right? Okay. Romans chapter 8 verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the power. And if children according to the seed, that's in the next chapter over, Romans chapter 9, according to the seed who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the law, who are Israelites according to the Father, roughly paraphrasing. And if children, then heirs, heirs of power, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Yeah. So Yahweh is coming back to possess the kingdom. The saints going to possess the kingdom, and we going to be joint heirs together, man. And we done read that the saints is the Israelites. We done read that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Right? So again, if all the Edomites is killed off, they don't went into slavery and all that, we should be in the kingdom of Yahweh right now. See how it don't make no sense, man? We are not in the kingdom yet. And the last people that's going to get put down before the kingdom is Esau. It's Edomites. Let's get back to Daniel, though. I think there's one more in there I want to get. Daniel 7:22 we was at. Let's keep going. Let's go. Yeah, and 22. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall... How is Daniel not a prophet? How is Daniel not a prophet, man? How is Daniel not a prophet? Like people read the scriptures but don't have reading comprehension, man. They read, but they not comprehending what they say. This thought came, let me get this one real quick. And this is Yahushua talking about Daniel. I think it's 24:16. This is Matthew chapter 24 verse 15, right? How is, and this is red letter, this is Yahushua speaking. How is Daniel not a prophet when Yahushua himself says this about Daniel? When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. So Yahushua himself called Daniel a prophet, but you got a nigga in 2022 saying that Daniel is not a prophet. Niggas, man, don't know the scriptures, man. How can Daniel not be a prophet and Yahushua himself out his mouth said Daniel the prophet? And these will be the type of people that want to argue and debate the scriptures with you and post scriptures like they know what's going on. You can't show me in there where it say, thus saith the Lord in the book of Daniel. So he wasn't a prophet. He was talking what he thought. Stupid. Daniel 7:23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue the 3 kings. So see, it's talking about all the Edomite, it's talking about all the Edomite empires, man. And the last one is America, or Rome, which gave you Britain, Spain, America, France, French. Please, man. It's plain upon tables. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times. You got daylight savings time. They came up with the Gregorian calendar or whatever that everybody used to justify keeping the Sabbath on Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. When in times past, people people's brains are small, man. Like in the times before the calendar, how did you go by keeping the Sabbath, man? By the moon, man. And think to change time and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times and dividing of time. But judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it until the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So again, how can Esau be gone and we not in the kingdom, man? How can Esau be gone, man? All kingdoms are going to serve the Israelites, man. That's in Isaiah 60:12 right there, man. All kingdoms are going to serve us, man. Ecclesiastes 3. All kingdoms are going to serve us, man, in the kingdom, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. To every time there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the sun. Time 3, a time to kill. No, let's go 2, keep reading. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. That will hook up with, let's get this one. Romans chapter 9 and 22. What if power, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, right? So that goes back to a time to do things. Let's go back to it. Let's read it one more time. Romans 9 and 22. What if power, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. Yeah, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, man. Put up with them long suffering, just waiting for the right time. And it gets back to this one. To every time, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. Right now, we in a time of building up the spiritual house of David right now. The tabernacle of David is being built up right now as we speak. But in the same time, it's a time to tear down what? Tear down the covering cast. Tear down the lies that Esau Edom has spent and have told in this kingdom. Then in the kingdom, it'll be a time to build up the kingdom of Jacob, right? A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. This is definitely not the time to dance, man. This is not the time to dance, man. This is a time we're supposed to be out here crying and sighing. It actually says that. Let's see that. Let's get that. Where is it? It's not second address. Ezekiel. That's what it's on. Ezekiel. I was going to go second address now. Right? This is what we're supposed to be doing now. Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men. This will be the elect, man. The elect. The 1/3 that's going to make it out of this place. They're the only ones crying and sighing. So we just talking about what time it is, what different times it is. This is the time where you're supposed to be crying and sighing. Crying and sighing for what? That sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Yeah. This is the time we in right now, man. Going back to every man that understand he an Israelite should be in some way, shape, form, or fashion either teaching the word, helping to push this word, the fact of who is the true Israelites of the Bible. So this is the time we in, man. We in a time that we supposed to be out here crying and sighing for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Let's get back to Ecclesiastes 3 and 4. Right? Ecclesiastes 3 and 4. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. Ooh, that's 2 Peter. A time to gather stones, right? 2 Peter 2 and 5. 1 Peter 2 and 5. A time to gather stones, right? Oh, watch this one. A time to gather stones. Ye. Let's go. Let's go 4, 2 Peter 2 and 4. To whom coming as unto a lively stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of Yahweh and precious. Ye also as lively stones. See, we just talking about a time to gather stones, right? Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to Yahweh by Yahushua HaMashiach, right? Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house. Now watch it. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Let's get back to it. Talk about the different times we in, right? Now watch it again. Ecclesiastes 3 and 5. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. So two things could be happening at one time. You know what I mean? So yeah, so just like the Lord is gathering the elect, He's pushing away the people that's going to be destroyed, man. Because 2/3 not going to make it on this side, man. Isaiah 19 and 14. Let's go, yeah, Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, such which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over. Yeah. So the Lord is judging Egypt as we speak, man. Let's get this one, Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Crucified with the image of Yahushua. I mean, with our white boy Jesus. Yahushua, Salakia. The image of Yahushua was crucified by the image of white boy Jesus. They done pretty much erased the true image of our Savior. And they of the people of kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, 350 years pretty much. It shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. They don't want us to come back to the knowledge and the understanding that we're Israelites. That's Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry. Everybody feed over us, or feed off of us, is probably a better way to say it. Feed off of us, come in our communities, to make money off our communities, get rich, take care of their families better than we could take care of our families in our own neighborhoods. Make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets torment them that dwell, because these two prophets torment them that dwell on the earth. Yeah. So you have northern kingdom and southern kingdom standing up now. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of the life of power entered unto them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Yeah. So you have us now. We as we standing up, the men of the Lord, we out here, we calling on the true names of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, and we bringing the truth of the scriptures out. And we doing the lessons, and we telling our people to repent. They're scared of this, man. The churches, the Christian churches, scared of it. They scared of it. Why? They scared of it because their collection places getting empty. They're losing congregation members. Esau, he's scared of it because he know, once the elect is sealed, that's the end for his kingdom. That's why he pushing his agendas hard. They blatantly out front telling people now, and people still denying it, man. They still deny it. They still deny it. Let's keep getting. Let's go. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Yeah, Esau is still here, man. Esau is still here, man. And you're a liar if you're saying that the Edomites is not running the world, man. You're a liar. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5, right? We just was reading about gathering the lively stones at different times we in, right? Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. We were just reading about the different times we in, right? Because we almost at the end of Esau world, man. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the mystery of man is great upon him, for he knoweth not what shall be. For who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath the power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver. Who is the border of wickedness? Esau, Edom, Malachi 1 and 4. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Yeah, Esau was set up to be wicked, man. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. That's Esau, man. Esau done ruled over us, man, till he done just did so much wicked shit, man, that when his judgment come, he gonna pay dearly. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city. Where they had so done this is also vanity. Because sentence against an evil work, we talk about time, right? Then we read in Romans 9 and 22, right? Dealt with long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, roughly paraphrasing, right? Endure with what much long suffering. Let's get, what was it? 11, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear power, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, Malachi 1 and 4. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he fear not the power. They don't, nothing that they do here fears the Lord, man. Everything that they do here is contrary to the scriptures, man. 14. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happened according to the work of the wicked.